We speak student.
The Great Gatsby. Something in that voice of hers. A la Shmoop.
So let's dig deeper into Gatsby, into his open, romantic, connected side. So let's think about some of the characters that are around him. Meyer, Wolfsheim, and Jordan and their perspective of Gatsby.
What do Meyer, Wolfsheim, and Jordan tell us about Gatsby?
Yeah, so Meyer, Wolfsheim, and Jordan give kind of two different views of Gatsby. And again, we have to remember that they're telling the story to Nick. This kind of, as much as we're learning about Gatsby, we're also learning more about Nick, that people just tell him stories. People love to tell him stories. So Meyer Wolfsheim is said to have fixed the World Series in 1919 or something. He's a sketchy dude, and the fact that Gatsby is close with him makes us more clued into the fact that something weird is going on. When he meets Nick, he says, oh, is this the guy that we're supposed to do a deal with? And Nick's like, what kind of deal? And Gatsby's like, no, wrong guy. So it's like there's something sketchy going on. And so we get clued in a little bit more to that through this guy. But through Jordan, we get to hear about Daisy and Gatsby. And this is something that we didn't know a lot about. We knew something was up and that, Gatsby was in love with her, basically. But Jordan knew Daisy and Gatsby before, and so she's able to tell Nick the story about how, how they met, and then he went off to war, and then she left, and she ended up marrying Tom.
How important are names in the novel?
We have, the Buchanans. Like, even that name, anyone who's kind of familiar with American culture, you just think Buchanan, you think like old, rich white people. Yeah. Exactly. So it's interesting that you bring up names, because this transition from Jay Gatz, which was the name he was born with, to Gatsby shows how important he thinks names are. Jay Gatz wasn't going to cut it for him. He wasn't going to become the rich, successful guy he wanted to be without becoming, Gatsby. And then, the other names, Daisy, she's like a flower. That one's kind of simple. But the name associated with someone can characterize them as a certain class of people, which then characterizes them as a certain type of person, and so on and so forth. So, names are a big deal.
What do Meyer, Wolfsheim, and Jordan tell us about Gatsby? How important are names in the novel?